Hello everybody, welcome back to an edition of the Modicon M221. I'm your host, Leandro Mada, and in this video what we're gonna see is how we can make the data login on this PLC. So let's go to the presentation. So it's been a long time since I don't make a video for the M221, so this presentation is quite old and I don't know if it's going to be working or not, so let's figure it out. So one of the things that we need to know when we use SD card along with the M221 is going to be the size. There is a size limitation. You can use our SD cards, but again, there is a limitation on the SD card size that we have inside the M221. And if you check the manuals, I believe the maximum you can use is 32 gigabytes, but check that on the manual. So the data login, in order to make the data login, we just need to have SD cards, of course, and then there is a specific name that we need to assign to the SD card, and that name is data. The information of the data login is placed, it's just in one specific place. Over here you can see, if you assign the SD card as data, then the data log is going to be inside the user, USR, and then data log, and inside you should be able to see this content. Okay, now just scroll, put me back. Something important that says here is that the functional level, okay, needs to use 6.0 or higher. Okay, by default, if you're using the latest one, is set on the latest one, so don't worry. Okay, so let's go. So what we need to do is to create or add to our program this function block in order to use it, and then we just execute this. You have different ways you can use, for example, system time every 1 second, or manually add the commands. Okay, so something very important is the maximum file size. Okay, so let's go to the software to play a little bit more with this. So in this file over here that you have the function blocks, you have this icon, which is related to the data login. So let's open the basic. It's here on my side. There we go. So I'm going to check this and this, apply. Let's first connect to this one and see what do I have. Okay, so as you can see here, this is a new firmware, but I'm not going to pay attention to that yet. Here, I'm using the 12. There's a newer version, but I'm going to keep it this way. So I'm going to disconnect. Here you can see that I have the 10 base already assigned, system objects, system bits. Here you have 10 base. Every 1 second it will generate this sample. Okay, so I'm going to create a new, there we go, and use this one, which is for data login. Oops, no, it's not that one. This one, data login. Let's place it over there. If you double click, you have the possibility here to configure. So I'm going to add, for example, here my log symbol, my log. I'm going to make a configuration, and here we just need to define the variables that we're going to use in our project. Okay, so for example, I'm going to use the object percentage MW0, MW1, MD10, and percentage M20. Okay, apply. Now says that is configured. So if we go to my elements, memory bits, machine state, whoop, machine state, so 0, okay, 1, faulty, given something. Memory words, here is going to be speed. This one's going to be temperature, machine speed, and this one room machine temperature. Just given names, okay. Apply. I'm going to use MF. I believe we use MF10 to remember. It's going to be my machine OE. Apply. And here in the data logging, I'm going to use here MF10. You can see here is just update this information. Here is the maximum size file that we can have. Well, it's important to add the timestamping, and here we have the possibility to be historical or event log. Let's see the difference later. So here we're going to use to execute this, and then we're going to have a few values for here to indicate there is an error or not. So this one's going to be N100, M101, M102, M103, and this one's going to be M50. I'm going to connect. And see what happens. So right now, I don't have a SD card on the M221, and let's see what happened. Okay, so I don't have a SD card. So if I get this, I get an error. No SD card detected, which is fine. Made total sense. Now I'm going to connect the SD card. Just bear with me a second. So this is the SD card. It's empty, and I'm going to add or change the name, so you know the fault that I'm going to receive. We both know the fault that we're going to receive. So I'm going to remove it here, change to this view. Here, I'm going to introduce this, hopefully in the right position. Get the sound. You probably see this LED is for the SD card. So now I'm back here. I'm gonna try to use this. It's busy. It doesn't do anything at all. It doesn't do anything. Okay, and it's not able to access the data because the file, the SD card doesn't have my data over there, so it's just waiting. So I believe when I remove it, it will, well, you see 66, and probably 66 means something. So here, let's say 66, error code. Doesn't mention over there what it is, but it's clear that because the SD card doesn't have the name, the required name. So let's go back here, remove the SD card. You can see the LED is no longer available. Now I'm going to take back the SD card. So here you can see it, just make a clone. Leave a notepad. It just adds something, which is interesting. Something in the past didn't work, suspected, but isn't normally does take too much time. Even if you do it, it's not correct because this one needs to be changed. So that's why it takes so much time. Rename as data. Okay. Let's make a copy of everything. But it was connected. Okay, so script log. See what it does. Just make a clone. Did a clone on the operation. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is to start recording some information. So I'm going to remove it back again, and hopefully we are not going to see this error 66. And there is no error. It was a current size. Okay, so let's go back. We did record it. But it take you so much time. I don't know if it's related to the you can see now it's much faster. Okay, so it took time, but now it's much faster. You can see here the current size. So if I memory word, so let's make animation table, my log, so it's going to be percentage M20, percentage NW0, 1, MNF10, so 86.5, temperature is 22.1 degrees, speed, percentage 78, machine state. Okay, so if I record this, done, you can see how this one increases. Okay, now if I change this to 56.3 and the speed 21, temperature rise to 25.6, just record this. There we go. Something that I didn't remember is that the login, the size of this maximum file size 500, so it would probably create different things. So let's check what we have. Void, probably create different files. Just putting this back, and user data log, edit. Okay, there we go. So it just record a few things, which is fine. I expect a different behavior, to be honest, because the maximum file size is different. I specify this in file size 5 KB. KB. So it's going to take more time because it's 1 KB. It's okay, it's just one file. Okay. Okay, good. So if you record, probably it's just going to take more time. So this is the in bytes, 215, 14 bytes. It's not K, my bad. Okay, so let's go back to your presentation, see if it's something missing. Okay, this part's already done. So this part's already done, which is fine. Okay, this is how we can put the things together. I believe I showed you the file. I didn't went into much details, but if you open this notepad, in this case notepad, but you can see the timestamp. Okay, it's important to update the date and time of the PLC. So commissioning, artisan management. Okay. So next time is going to have the validation of the date and time. Okay, this part's already finished. So let's see if there's something wrong with this. Oops. So and open a project. Yes. Add the instance. Yes. Yes. Check for errors. We already done this part. Data. Okay. We change this. Start optional. This is something that I forgot to mention. There is a status. There is a status variable SW7. Okay, which is this one, system bits. This one that give us the status of the SD card. So bit 2, SD card present. So here the address SW7. Not being accessed. We probably delete this part. So this will work when the SD card is present. So I'm going to remove this one. I'm going to insert it on the SD card. It's present, and then I should be able to continue working with this. That would be much better. Okay, so let's continue to the presentation. Okay, so I forgot something. This is the option, so you trigger when you have the things. Now, this is the variable that you can use just to check there is a it's not shown over there, that you have, for example, the current size. Okay, so if you, for example, wants to give an alarm that the space reached the value that you consider to retrieve the value, the file, and then start again, that would be the best things to do. So let me just going to create a new one, and here just need to move the and assign my log, apply. So my log current size is what we need. So percentage MD 30 NW my log dot current size will give me the actual size of the file that I'm just reading. And then what you can do in order to alert someone that the space of the file is almost reached, you just need to put this one. So it's going to be percentage MD 30, and the value, just need to double check. If, for example, is 5K is the maximum value, then if you reach, I don't know, 50K, oh my bad, 50K, 50,000, then you trigger something. In our case, just to see the purpose of this, it's gonna be, for example, if we reach 400 bytes, then I will try to do something. For example, M10 or M10, I believe it is, no, M20 was the value, the machine state. We can put it as full. So if we connect again, just trying to remember all this I've done a long time ago. Play. Just check the size. As you can see here, and then when you reach the value that you need, it's time to replace or retrieve the values from there. Okay, something that you can do. Just to give an alert. And that's it. Basically, this is how you can log files. The important thing is that you have up to 4 of these. Okay, so 4 logs or 4 main logs. But here it's important that you need to put all the variables that you want to log. The more values that you have, much faster this file or CSV file is going to be filled. Okay, that's the only thing. But it's very straightforward and easy to save information. Okay, so I believe this is it for the SD card logging on the M221. It's very simple, very straightforward. Just need to know which is the function block to use, which are the variables that you want to use, and when and how to trigger it. Okay, and it's important to know the SW7 bit 2 is the one that gives you the present for the SD card. So the SD card also needs to have the data in there. I don't know if it hasn't changed or not, but you saw when it has a different name, it cloned the application from the controller, and it also give me the data log, but it takes too much time and it shouldn't take that long. Okay, so thank you very much for watching this video, and I see you on the next one.